This woman, I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is. I had a picture taken years ago with her and her husband, nice guy, John Johnson. He was a newscaster, very nice man. She called him an ape. Happens to be African American. Called him an ape. The judge wouldn't allow us to put that in. Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. The judge wouldn't allow to put that in. All of these things, but with her, they could put in anything.
That was former president and sexual abuser Donald Trump at his train wreck of a CNN town hall on Wednesday. And you heard that right. That was a crowd of Republicans laughing and clapping as Donald Trump made jokes about the woman he was just found liable of sexually assaulting. It's worth asking as an industry what a cable news network like CNN owes to E. Jean Carroll, because at the core, journalism should be guided by the famous motto that the role of journalists is to afflict the comfortable and comfort the afflicted. CNN instead allowed a former president to defame and smear E. Jean Carroll on a national stage. CNN didn't care how it would affect Carroll to have her sexual abuser attacking her on national television just a day after being found liable for her assault. Instead, it allowed Trump to fire shots like this, which went completely unchecked by CNN's Caitlin Collins.
And then she found out there were locks on the door. So she said, I found one that was open. She found one. She learned this at trial. She found one that was open. What kind of a woman meets somebody and brings them up, and within minutes you're playing hanky-panky in a dressing room, okay? I don't know if she was married then or not. John Johnson, I feel sorry for you, John Johnson.
Mr. President.
That was Donald Trump using CNN's cameras to call E. Jean Carroll a as Caitlin Collins awkwardly tries to move on to the next subject. And with the laughter from that Trump-supporting crowd, CNN has made itself known as the network where sexual assault is just one big joke. And Trump was just getting started. What CNN unleashed last night may go down in history as one of the most destructive cable news broadcasts of all time. And it started with Trump doubling down on his claim that celebrities are just allowed to grope women whenever they want.
I said if you're famous and rich or whatever I said, but I said if you're a star, you are, and I said women let you. I didn't say you grab, I said women let. You know, you didn't use that word, but if you look, women let you. Now, they said, will you take that back? I said, look, for a million years, this is the way it's been. I want to be honest. This is the way it's been. I can take it back if you'd like to, but if you're a famous person, if you're a star, and I'm not referring to myself, I'm saying people that are famous, people that are
you
stars,
were asked in the deposition,
people that are rich,
yourself to be a star,
people that are powerful, they tend to do pretty well in a lot of different ways, okay?
Now, Trump might seem a little sharper edge to you, and that's no illusion. While Trump's extreme far-right beliefs haven't changed, his language certainly has. The Trump who ran for president in 2016 used a lot of the coded dog whistle language Republicans are used to. Flash forward to 2023, and this Trump is happy to say all the quiet parts out loud. That includes one of the biggest open secrets in the GOP, the idea that women's bodies are nothing more than bargaining chips. Republicans have avoided saying that out loud in the past, probably because it's politically toxic. But Trump had no problem telling Caitlin Collins that in his world, reproductive rights are really just a tool for holding Americans hostage.
Getting rid of Roe v. Wade was an incredible thing for pro-life because it gave pro-life something to negotiate with. Pro-life had absolutely nothing being stuck in Roe v. Wade to negotiate with. And now what's happening, and I see it all over, deals are being made, deals are going to be made, and look, everybody that was president wanted to get rid and tried to get rid of Roe v. Wade.
You mean
for 50 years. Republicans. For 50 years, this has been going on. Actually, a couple of Democrats too. But for 50 years, this has been going on. I was able to do it, and I was very honored to do it.
It was during Trump's answer on abortion that CNN allowed the former president to push probably his most blatant lie of the night, and Republicans are already rallying around Trump's performance as a huge victory for the right.
The way I look, I think it's very important to say this. I consider the other side to be radical, because the other side, under Roe v. Wade and other things, the other side, they're radical because they will. Remember the debate with Hillary Clinton? I said, rip the baby out of the womb at the end of the 9th month. They will kill the baby in the 9th month. If you look at that crazy governor of Virginia from the former governor, where he said, no, the baby will be born, and then we'll decide essentially whether or not to execute the baby.
But Mr. President, can we talk about what you would do if
no, but these are the
if
radical
you are
people.
reelected?
It's not the pro-life people that are radical.
Now, you notice in that clip how Caitlin Collins just lets the blatant Trump lie slide without even an attempt to fact-check it? That's even weirder because Trump has used this lie many times before, and it's one Republicans repeat because voters who don't know better believe it. Letting it slide was a huge mistake. The reality is, CNN basically gave Donald Trump a 90-minute campaign rally with some of his biggest New Hampshire supporters. Or rather, it was supposed to be a 90-minute town hall. CNN actually pulled the plug after just 68 minutes and never offered viewers an explanation as to why. Donald Trump spent those 68 minutes peddling a nonstop flow of election conspiracy theories, QAnon nonsense, and defenses of the January 6th insurrectionists. Oh yeah, and he also told House Republicans to drive the country into a default. I'm not exaggerating.
So just to be clear, Mr. President, you think the U.S. should default if the White House does not agree to the spending cuts Republicans are demanding?
Well, you might as well do it now because you'll do it later. Because we have to save this country. Our country is dying. Our country is being destroyed by stupid people, by very stupid people.
You once said that using the debt ceiling as a negotiating wedge just could not happen. You said that when you were in the Oval Office.
That's when I was president.
So why is it different now that you're out of office?
Because now I'm not president.
It's incredible how easily Trump just admits that he was lying the whole time he was president. But despite what Trump says, letting the country default would devastate the U.S. economy, and those job losses would hit hardest in the red states that Trump's counting on to win. The media has clearly learned nothing from 2016 or 2020. The lure of Trump's ratings convinced CNN to poison their airwaves with the worst of his corrosive disinformation. CNN's competitors should learn from this disaster and think twice about what platforming Trump means for our democracy. And if you enjoyed that story, how about some more? Check out this clip of even more Republicans behaving badly. And as always, leave me a like and a comment below so you can let me know what I should cover next.